Um, I'm not going to yell and scream because people, last week when we lost to the Saints, I got in a lot of trouble by Dallas Cowboy fans that were mad at me for yelling and screaming and being mad. It's just a bump in the road. It's just one game, whatever. But just as in last week, me, not a football coach, just a dumb fan like all of us, said exactly what we should have done in that game, and we went the complete opposite. This game, same thing. Same thing. The Green Bay Packers are good at the pass defense. They're good in their secondary, and they're real good rushing the passer. And we should have ran the ball on them all day long, like the Philadelphia Eagles, who have smart coaching. The Philadelphia Eagles and their quarterback only pass little short passes. Carson Wentz passed for 160 yards versus the Packers, and ran the ball over and over and over and grinded out a victory. We, on the other hand, and I told you before the game, I said we need to run Zeke over and over and over. We came out passing. We came out with the play action, throwing the ball down the field, throwing the ball against a good defense, a good passing defense that can't stop anybody running. And we ended up running the ball 12 times for like 60 yards. And you know what? Take 25 yards of those away, because 25 of those yards were at the end of the half, were trash yards at the end of the half, where they just handed the ball off to Ezekiel Elliott until they run the time off. So, and then also I said, my favorite stats are Ezekiel Elliott running for like 130, 140, 120, something like that, in over 100 yards, and Dak Prescott only passing for like 220, 250 and getting a win. We forced our quarterback to throw, I don't know how many times he threw the ball, maybe 50 times, for 447 yards. Dak Prescott passed for 447 yards because we were chasing them the entire game. And doing what we do the worst. We had no Tyron Smith. We had trouble blocking the Zadarius and Preston Smith. We had problems blocking them. We had problems picking up the blitz. There was a couple of times when people came in untouched, because the Green Bay Packers are excellent at defending the pass and horrible with defending the run. And we ran 12 times. So I'm not yelling and screaming now. I'm not yelling and screaming. But again, second day of the week, second week in a row, we got out coached. Last week it was cool because it was at least a Super Bowl winning coach. This week, it was against a rookie coach that we got out coached by. We went with something we rarely do well. We're not a passing football team. And we forced our quarterback to pass for 447 yards. And Ezekiel Elliott barely got in the football game. Ezekiel Elliott is our best player. He's the player that we're paying the most money to. And he was barely a factor in the last 2 weeks. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. This is bad coaching. And I don't care. I'm a big fan of Dak Prescott, but I don't care. You got to get rid of this coach. If a new coach wants a new quarterback, I don't care, because it's happened at the top. And this quarterback has had one of the best quarterbacks in Tony Romo that this franchise has ever seen. Had one of the best quarterbacks this franchise has ever seen in Tony Romo, and could not get to the NFC Championship game. Now he's got one of the best rosters this franchise has ever seen. And we lost back-to-back weeks, and we still have not gotten to an NFC Championship game. So I don't know what's holding us up or whatever, but I am ready to move on from Jason Garrett. That's just me. I'm sorry. I'm ready to move on from Jason Garrett. I don't care what if the new coach wants to get rid of Ezekiel Elliott, so be it. If the new coach wants to get rid of Dak Prescott, so be it. I don't care. If the new coach wants to get rid of Mari Cooper, if the new coach wants to get rid of DeMarcus Lawrence, I don't care. Because there is a serious problem if this guy, a guy that doesn't know football nearly like the coaches and things of the NFL, told you what to do against the New Orleans Saints. We should attack that football team. We should have attacked that football team. And then this week, we should have ran against this football team. The Philadelphia Eagles are so much more of a smart football team than we are. The Philadelphia Eagles beat this team by passing for 160 yards because they ran all over them, because their coach knew that the Green Bay Packers could not stop the running game. And even if they stopped them here and there, whatever, that if you still stuck with the running game, that you could not beat the Philadelphia Eagles. And they proved that last week. 160-yard passing, W for the win at Philadelphia Eagles.
Cowboys lost again.
Now the kids are mocking me. So
But you're not going but you're not going to.
all right, guys, go ahead. I'm doing after game video.
Lost.
The Vikings won. Go ahead.
No.
The Vikings won. Go ahead. Go. Go. I'm talking. I'm doing a video. Please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. They're going to mock me all night long. But the Philadelphia Eagles are a smart football team, and we're not. That's the bottom line. And again, I hate saying this. I said all of this. I'm gonna put my pregame video right here. And I want you to listen to it and listen to what I said about what we should do in this football team, against this football team. And we came out throwing the football. I know Amari Cooper should have caught that pass. Maybe it was a little bit behind by Dak. I don't care. Ezekiel Elliott, with all his rush, he still was over 5 yards per carry. So Ezekiel Elliott would have destroyed this football team if Ezekiel Elliott was a part of this football game. We paid Ezekiel Elliott a whole lot of money. And he was not a part of this football game. We put it all on our quarterback. I'm done with our coach. Again, our coach had one of the best quarterbacks that the Cowboys have ever had and never did anything. And now he has one of the best rosters we ever had, and we lost back-to-back games as soon as we faced some decent competition. So, of course, we're going to beat the Jets next week. We're going to beat the Jets. But then we got the Eagles, who really have a smart coach. The Eagles, Dak Prescott passed for almost 450 yards this game. The Eagles quarterback, Carson Wentz, only passed for 160 yards and 180 yards today. And they knocked up 2 victories, an easy victory today. And I tell you over and over and over that I do not like when Dak Prescott has to throw the ball over and over, because when you pass the ball, stuff happens. They just mauled Gallup on that third interception. On that first interception, should have never happened. We should have ran the ball down their guts the first drive of the play. But no, let's hit them down the field. Let's throw the ball. And Ezekiel Elliott was killing them out the blocks. So Dallas Cowboy fans, you got mad at me last week for ranting. I'm not ranting right now. I'm not yelling. I'm not screaming. I'm not doing any of that stuff. But we came with a bad game plan last week. And we came in today with a bad game plan by our coaches. And we're not going to win with this coaching staff. We're not going to win with this coaching staff. We haven't in the last 12 years. How long has Jason Garrett been with us? Ever since he came on as offensive coordinator, we have not won anything. And we're not gonna. All right, guys, get mad at me again. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. That's the truth. The Philadelphia Eagles are a smarter football team than we are, and they're probably going to win the division because we're nowhere near as smart of a football team. We're more talented. Of course we are. Of course we are. We have talent all over the place. But if we don't come in with a good game plan like today, we're not going to win. Period. All right, guys. Put your unlikes and bad comments about it or whatever. I don't care. All right, bye.